Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some more Foundation, shall we? Picking up where we left off with our guide for complete beginners, and you can see our marketplace is a-bustling, and the Elders. The courier is from the Elders. It has arrived, and it says, "The Elders, the much-respected leading men and women among the region's laborers, heard of your village and wished to make themselves useful to your people. They brought welcoming gifts, mainly tools, to ease your villagers' lives. Then pledged their assistance." So this is awesome. So they're going to give us 10 tools and 10 labor influence. So we say, very much appreciated. You have to wait for a moment to receive this. And then we have labor influence, and we got tools, so we don't have to buy some. Right-click to dismiss this. Now, I don't want to do that right now. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to click on progression, and I'm going to say, okay, so we're trying to get 25 labor so we can get to this tier. And we have a little bit of money that we're almost to 50, and we probably want to buy something else in here. But let's take a look at what we could spend money or influence on. If I click on the Royal Book and I go to trade routes, for example. So we have this trade route with Northbury. To get the trade route with Middle, we're going to need 20 clothing. But you see right here, Trotbury, they're allied with the labor, the Elders, basically. And for 15 labor influence, we can get this trade route. So I like to save my influence and buy this right away so I can, we could sell fish to them. We could sell clothing to them. We can even just sell polished stone to them. So this is a really nice trade route to acquire. We could buy, boar if we run low. We could even buy wood and coal and things like that. So it's a great trade route. So in mandates, we can't do anything crazy with mandates right now because we don't have a bailiff. But there's other options to spend your influence. But I would save it for the trade route first, in my opinion. As many trade routes as you can have just gives you so many more options to make money and then to fill gaps in your production lines. Okay. So I have 3 unemployed people still. And that's okay because we're going to have jobs as soon as these get finished. Now I'm going to speed it up. And, we're waiting for the livestock to become mature. Makes sense. Oh, somebody else wants to move in. Great. Let's just take a look. I got 50 coins. And you can see, look, this area, this is at 5. So that's a little scary. But most of these there's so many zeros, we are collecting our taxes. So this is good. We can promote some villagers if we want. So when you go to promote, we have 50 coins. I probably want to buy something in the progression tree, but you could also promote a butcher, for example. And when you go to promote, you see this little icon with the up arrow. This is telling you that if you promote this villager, their job is actually better suited for a commoner, so they will do a better job at it. Now, we can promote our priest. Actually, I'm going to do that. Ding. And hopefully then that will expand the ability of our priests to do their job and provide service to everyone. But you're going to see immediately that the priest needs a house. So what we have to do is beautify something. So I'm going to go to build. I'm going to go to decoration. And, I like to build the cheapest decoration possible. So something like this low pruned hedge. This house right next to the church seems like a good place for the priest to live. So I'm going to put a bush right here. It's built instantly. Do. And here comes the courier. Earning influence. An isolated community of fishermen is looking for a kind-hearted builder. You found one. They need help constructing a bridge to connect their village to the rest of the realm. They don't have much to offer, but they promise to spread the word about your generosity amongst the laborers. So you could hire someone on their behalf and just do it instantly for 50 coins, but we don't have it. You can give them a builder for a bit. Actually, I don't even know. It says, yeah, you don't have to loan it to them. I think I misread this the first time I got it. So what this means is, based on the level of your builder, we have a 90% chance to get 10 influence and a 10% chance to only get 5 influence. But either way, this is good, and this will help us open the trade route. So I'm going to click Draw Blueprint. And we did a good job. So we got 10 influence. I'm going to right-click on this. You can see we're up to 9 labor splendor because they finished. This building is generating 9 labor splendor from the weather vanes and then the upcoming extension here. So that's excellent. And then I'm going to go into the book, just like we talked about. I'm going to go to trade routes, and I'm going to immediately buy this Trotberry trade route. Because the thing about, I'm going to spend 15 influence to do that. You'll notice we got 10 from that quest and 10 initially from the elders. But why do I then have an extra one? Again, this is me just speculating based on my observation. But the higher your labor splendor or kingdom or clergy splendor, I believe it helps you passively generate influence with them. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I've seen, which is like, yeah, you could do quests which give you a flat amount, but if you boost this, then you will slowly start to generate influence. It's not much. We got 1, but that's at least what I've observed. If there's something else that's giving you the passive influence in the different trees beyond Splendor, please let me know, but that's what I've observed. Okay, so I have 4 unemployed people, and we have a new trade route. So let's click on the Royal Book. Let's go to our resources, and let's see what we're selling. So currently, we're selling every piece of meat above 10, which is good. What else can we sell? Fish. This is new. I'm going to sell every fish above. I still want to have fish, and I still want to have meat. So I'm going to raise these up now that I have so much fish and meat. I'm actually going to say everything above 50. I don't want to just run out of these things. I like to have a big cushion. Like, if all of a sudden there's a bottleneck in my supply chain and I'm not paying attention and then my meat runs out, people are going to complain because they have no refined food. And so once you get a bunch of this, I would recommend raising the floor that they buy this at so that you don't sell everything. Also, they're never going to buy it all anyway. They have a limit to how much they can buy. In fact, you have to improve the trade route for them to be able to buy in greater quantities. Our trade routes are not improved, so this is fine. We could sell clothes, which we don't have yet, but eventually. And I just like to go down here. I'm going to raise this up for planks. I'm actually going to keep 30 planks on hand. Polished stone is fine to sell. I'm going to select to buy wood, and I'm going to keep myself at least 50 wood. Wood is cheap, and if you run out of wood, it takes a while sometimes to replenish it, and you need it so badly for everything. I like to just maintain a certain amount of wood so that if my line is getting, I'm actually going to go to 40 planks. If my production line is suffering, then I will, kind of supplement. All right, there we go. And good. I'm going to promote or just assign 2 weavers. They can't do anything, but I'm just going to give them a job. Okay. So I was wrong about this. I was wondering if promoting the priest helped them in some way, like improve the amount of people that they could see. It doesn't improve the fortification, but maybe it makes them give the service faster. Um, if we continue to run into service needs, it's only 1%, it's not a huge deal, then we will have to expand the church. But let's just see how it goes. Taxation is looking really good. Nothing above a 3. I'm happy with that. I'm going to right-click on that. A house is upgrading as we expected, and it's going to be this one. All right, so this is where the priest wants to live. That's interesting, but that's fine. It's close enough to the church. I tried to, get them to live there, but not yet. Now, this will also happen. You'll see housing insufficient while they're upgrading the house, because I think they can't live here for the time that that's happening. Just wait for the house to finish upgrading. And you see it disappears. That also could have been a new person. I'm not sure. We're full up on berries. Oh, I emptied out the stock of boar. Right. And I'm not going to store boar. What do I want to store in my granary? If anything, I should store meat, but I should probably store berries as well. Actually, once we get 50 coins, let's look at progression. It might be worth us upgrading our storage. This will help us store more in our warehouse and our granary. Very nice. It's one of my favorite things about Foundation is the way that you learn to upgrade your buildings so that you can improve their function and efficiency and capacity to scale up with like a smaller space. It just improves density. Like, for example, the stonemason hut right now can only have 1 employee. But once you upgrade this, you can put like 6 or 7 people here, all working to make polished stone. It's fantastic. Without having to take up more space in your settlement, really. You just have to build a few little additions. All right, we got a bunch more employees coming in. Excellent. All right, so service is, well, we're okay. Refined foods is a problem. Now, this is, you might say, well, how are refined foods a problem? I have all this meat, and we do have a lot of meat that you can see right here being distributed. The fish, for some reason, is not. I need to fill that back up. But, no, here's fish. The issue is that we have 2 commoners, and they want more than 1 type of refined food, I believe. Okay. So, did you finish this? They did. So now we have 13 labor splendor, because this is done. Now, instead of just upgrading your manor house, you can actually also go to your tax office and upgrade this. So we can put, some labor influence pieces here. We could put a weather vane on the top of the taxation office, and we can build, a wood shed or a stable fence or something like that. To help raise that up. Now, you'll notice that the decorations on the church, they have the gray rose because this is all clergy. Like, if we decorate the church, this is all a boost to our clergy influence. So we could put a cross up here, you know. And these just take planks, so no big deal, why not? Get some of this going. Rose bush. Bam. Now we have a little bit of clergy splendor. I'm actually going to paint this for wood cutting over here. I'm going to get rid of these trees and just make a little bit of exclusive pasture area. I don't know if it's going to improve anything, but I'll get rid of it. It'll take forever for them to come over here if they want to chop it down, but they can. Influencing others. The fishermen are thankful for the blueprint, as a bridge will help bring their community to the forefront. As thanks, they would like to trade a fair number of fish for some of your stones. Okay, so you can trade them 25 stone immediately for 50 fish. You could say keep the fish. You could say give me your fish for free for 5 influence. I'm going to trade it. To be honest, I have too many fish. But that's fine. Now, when you get a quest like this, look in the lower left. And this has a confirmation button. You need to actually have the resource inside a depot, a storage, like a warehouse. It can't be in a production building. It has to be in a warehouse. And then it'll tell you if you do, the number is green, and you can immediately click pay, and we will finish it and get the credit for that. Boom, 50 fish. So now we have 1,000,000 fish. Now, I have a lot of people who are doing nothing. So I want them to do something. What can I have them do? Well, we don't need them to fish. We could certainly use more wood. I could take another stonemason, but I want to save the money to upgrade my warehouse. Oh, and look, the sheep are finally old enough, and now we are producing wool. There we go. 3 wool. Now, remember what I said about the warehouse. If that did become an issue, that they won't take it from one place to another, what you can do is, of course, just build warehouses by your little clustered areas of production. So there's a lot of food over here. I could build a granary for the meat and the boars and stuff, and I could build a warehouse for my wool and, all that. But I think this will work just fine. Yeah, they took it. They got it. Somebody bought some planks. So now we have enough money where we can immediately click on progression, and I'm going to actually buy the storage improvement. So now we can upgrade the granary and the warehouse to be able to hold more, which is good because we're kind of bursting at the seams with some of our resources. All right, we have 5 unemployed folk, and we get money. Excellent, excellent. You love to see it. Let's look at progression. I could start getting farming if I wanted. I could start trying to get tools online, and I could sell goods. We need this. So I'll buy the goods. What this allows us to do is sell goods at the marketplace, and clothing, which we're going to eventually make, is a good that we can sell to our people. Yeah, not quite. Not quite. So with the church, we can do is just expand it. We can add a rustic thatched chapel if we want. Oh, somebody wants to move in, sure. We could also add a steeple. But we have that. Let's just look at rooms only. And if I wanted to put on, you know, this chapel here, notice in the bottom right, it's telling me that this will increase my capacity by 6 by putting this on here. So that's interesting, but if I put this nave over here instead, this would improve my capacity by 8. Now it increases the upkeep cost, but it boosts it by 8. So, well, actually, wait. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong number. Sometimes I get these mixed up, and it's important to realize that they are different. This boosts the size by 8, but the upper number is the capacity by 24. So, if I put this here, I don't even know if I have to have... What's interesting is I don't even necessarily have to have a door on this. It's treating it as though it's connected. So it's just like a decorative extension of the interior space. I could also make this taller if I wanted. Alright, so I'm going to look at my royal book and say, you know what? I need some more jobs for people to do. I just have all these unemployed people, so let's go ahead, number 1, and drop in more people at the warehouses to get that going. Just get a couple of jobs there. And do I, what else would I like to build up? I could build another stonemason hut. I could build another sheep pasture. It would take a long time for the sheep to become, you know, mature, but I would at least have some more. So if we wanted to do that and just go into goods production and make a sheep farm, it's 25 coins, which we should get that in a moment. Theoretically. Let me speed it up. Once the tax collector goes around doing their job. People are finally starting to build over here. So a tax collector in this section is looking more and more useful. How many builders' huts do I have, actually? You know what? It's always nice to have a few extra builders. I only have 1. So I'm going to immediately build a workshop. These are free. I mean, sorry, they cost 5 wood, but they, like, instantly build. And what I like to do with them is put them in areas where I'm going to need construction that's not necessarily right by the other one, so that they could get to it faster. So we could just drop in over here a building hut, and then they need workers, and our tailor's workshop needs workers. There we go. Everybody is now employed. Here comes the trader. Let's see if we can make some cash from this exchange. Well, they bought some fish, which is great. We'll take it. And I think I'm going to build another tax collector down here. It's just taking too long. So let me go to Monument and Manor House, and we want to make a tax office. We can make it real simple. It doesn't have to be wild. A minor tower just like that. Remember, these do also provide fortification, which is great for houses. So we could drop this right here, for example. And then all it needs is a door. That looks good. I'm actually going to move this back just a bit. So it's on the road, kind of. So, as they say, housing insufficient, you know, the more and more builders I get, the faster that kind of stuff will happen as we upgrade the homes. Speaking of upgrading the homes, let me look in my royal book, and let me look at my villagers. And we have a commoner here. We only have 2 commoners, and so they should both be living in commoner homes. But if I go to promotions... you could see all of the butchers would like to be promoted, the stonemasons, the tailors, and the weavers. So that's a lot of homes that need to be fixed. I will promote one right there. I'm going to promote both of my weavers. And that's it. And then you can actually figure out, if I go to here and I click on this weaver, and I say, where do you live? You'll see that they don't have a house. And it's because they need a medium house. So I'm going to try to relocate them here by just building some decorations. We could put a rose bush, you know. In a place that would boost this house up. This house is being ornery, but this house is okay. Can't get a 2-for-1. And we will build a bush. There. So hopefully this will provide enough housing options for people. So this is saying it's out of resources. They're missing mature livestock, so we got to wait for that. And they're saying they're missing wool, and they're saying they have some cloth, but not a ton, and they'll use this. And we got a bunch of people who want to move in. Great. We are going to need to add to the market. So I'm just going to click on the market. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to add not a food stall, but a goods stall. This does cost 25, so we have to wait for that. Wait to get some cash. No problem. Just need that doorway to be completed. Excellent. And we just got ourselves a tax collector. I think it's okay once we get enough money to probably lay in one more sheep farm. By the way, you notice how I could just leave this here, and I don't have enough... now I do have enough money. There we go. You can blueprint it and leave it there until you have enough. Now let's see. Look, all the taxes are getting collected. We're looking for zeros everywhere, if possible. Excellent, excellent. You know what? Okay, so maybe it didn't work. Maybe I do have to have a door on this. Let's see if that'll fix it. It did say that it would increase the capacity, but maybe because there's no door, it doesn't actually work in that way. So that's my first time trying to build it in a disconnected fashion. Oh, it does say, yeah, okay, so it says some parts with capacity are inaccessible. So I've never actually tried to build them split apart like this. It just gave the check mark for the door, so I was like, we're good. But yeah, intuitively, you have to have a door. So let's put a door on there. Now the taxes are really getting collected. No delinquency. Or not anything too severe. Honestly, like, these 3 people want to live here, but I don't have a lot of jobs for you. You know, I wish. But I might have to pass on some of these. No, I'll take them. It's fine. A house is upgrading. Fantastic. Here they come to buy and sell. They bought some planks. They're going to sell me a couple of tools, I imagine. They bought a bunch of meat, which is great. And they sold us tools. And now my capacity is up to 54. So they don't have to be connected. And I was actually curious about this. Even though this is a separate building, I don't understand how these people can get the service, but you don't need 2 priests, even though they're not connected. So you can do it like that if you don't have space. You can also just pick up and move your church if you want. Rearrange things later. Okay, great. So now we are going to put in 2 shepherds, and we're going to paint a pasture. Now I'm curious if I can just overlap a pasture that exists, or if it has to be a totally new pasture. It looks like it has to be a new pasture. All right, then. Hilarious. No problem. So now we have that going. And we should be able to get some more wool, which will give us more cloth, which will give us more clothes. And wood for the king. The king is planning new outposts around the borders. One of his merchants noticed your woodcutter and wants to make you an offer. So he wants 100 wood, and he'll give us 5 kingdom influence and 150 coins. That's a good trade. Do it immediately. It takes all of our wood, and we can make another woodcutter camp. But that is an amazing situation. Now, our woodcutter camp, we've, like, boosted this up. But we could boost it more. You see how the drinking post... so, if we've already built it, like the stewing post, but we could put a munching post, we could put a drinking post, we could put 2 napping posts. Some of these will let you build it twice. So, we don't need to build another one. The advantage, though, of building another one is this. They're cutting wood nearby, but a lot of it's already cut. We could build one down here so they don't have to walk as far, and that's worthy of consideration. So we could go into resource production, lumber camp, and just kind of say, all right, well, there's all these trees over here, and can somebody, you know, can the lumber camp be here? And it will be. I'm going to build it right there. And what we need to do is just make sure that we don't cut down any trees that are where the boar are. So we're going to paint wood cutting. And I wish it didn't dismiss. Sometimes it's so hard. Like, I don't want... Okay, so there's boar here. So we could cut all of this and then all of this down here. So, like, this will help our pasture too. There we go. To clear out that wood. Awesome. Okay, everybody. So we actually have a good bit of money. We're going to need to spend some of this money. We're probably going to buy ourselves a new territory, speaking of wood. We might want this territory over here for our sheep farms. We could just move them into an open field. But we also want to start growing wheat. And there's some iron over here, which looks great to me. Yeah, this will be a nice place for our wheat. And I bought it. And Common Path Tier 3 has been reached as well. I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I'll check you next time. Take care.